I made this lace flower wall hanging for free using everything I had in my stash. I'm starting by using all different lengths of this vintage lace in trim. I'm also going to use some of this ribbon that I have on hand. I'm using the outer 12-inch ring from this wire frame. I cut some thin strips of white fabric and I'm going to use this to cover the ring. I was given a bunch of beautiful flowers, so I'm going to pick through them and decide what I would like to use for the project. Getting started, I removed the outside ring from the frame. Once the 12-inch ring was free, by placing a little dot of hot glue on the ring, I attached the fabric and then twisted it around the entire circle. I added a dot of hot glue here and there along the way to keep it all in place. Although most of this won't show in your project, it's important to try to keep it as tight and as uniform as possible. Just when I thought I would never finish this, I finally came to the end. I inherited an assortment of pretty lace and trims, all in different sizes. To keep myself organized while making this project, I measured the length of each piece. Once they were measured, I tagged them and then organized them from the longest to the shortest. By doing this ahead of time, you'll know their placement space on the ring. I cut some ribbon and I used that in the areas where I didn't have enough lace. With the ring complete and the lace organized, it's now time to put the pieces together. To attach it to the ring, I'm making sure that both the tails match up perfectly. The longest piece of lace that I had was 22 inches, so this will be the center point of my ring. To attach it, all you need to do is place the loop end under the ring and then pull the two tails through the loop. The length of my ribbons measured 22 inches all the way to 6 inches. By starting with the longest piece in the middle, this way my project will taper shorter on the sides. This is so easy to do and it works up so quickly. If you don't have lace, you can always use ribbons, strips of fabric, beads, pearls, anything that you have on hand. Now that all my lace is attached, I'm now adding some additional white fabric to the sides. This is completely optional. For me, it just gives me a little more of a base to attach the flowers. Once I finished one side, I went halfway up on the other side. To clean up the ends of the assorted lace lengths, I gave each one an angled cut. I picked out an assortment of pretty flowers and leaves that I thought would complement the lace. Everyone's ring will be different and no two will be exactly alike, but to get started, I found the center point of my longest piece of lace. I'm going to start decorating the side of the ring by attaching my leaves. Once I had my leaves in place, I then started adding my flowers. I continued adding my flowers here and there, following the shape of the ring. Once all the larger flowers were glued into place, I then filled in the open spots with some baby's breath. After the first side was complete, I then began working on the other. When making this ring, it's completely optional on how many flowers you add and if you want to add them on both sides, but anyone that knows me knows that I am not a minimalist and I just continue going and going until I finally have to stop myself. To finish up, I used some white acrylic paint and accented the edges of the roses. This entire project was free. I used everything in my stash and I'm so pleased how it came out. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you had fun. If you're new and you haven't yet subscribed, please consider clicking that little red subscribe button below. And I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.